215. That's registering that was registering 215, man. That's a couple degrees. 215.2. That is definitely a couple degrees, man. So that's cooking. Let's sit down for a little bit. RCGuygarage here. It doesn't always have to be about the beatdown. Seems like a lot of people are always expecting that beat down at the skate park, the beat down at the backyard track, the beat down at the ramps. It's just sometimes they expect a little bit too much in that sense, to where I'm not always going to beat these RCs to death. That's not what it's about. Sometimes it's about just getting out there and ripping it. And that's what this is going to be. This is going to be me fine-tuning my, hopefully, driving ability with the Outcast, this thing, with the Outcast currently in the state that it's in, on 4S with a 6S ESC. The power delivery with the 6S ESC is definitely where it's at. With a 4S, it works. It works extremely well. I never messed around with punch settings, which is something that I probably should have, but in stock form, I see no need to go ahead and switch it out. Everybody wants to always just overpower everything, and sometimes that's me included. And sometimes you just need to back away and realize you don't need all of that power all of the time. So this is just going to be me having fun at the skate park with the Outcast V2 on 4S. Oh, also the GoPro settings currently. So the GoPro settings were 1080 at 60 frames per second hypersmooth. And when you're on hypersmooth, it just allows you to be able to not get the jerky motions that you'll see now. You'll notice, I'll try and cut some of it out, but some of the jerky motions being on just regular standard stabilization, it takes out some of that buttery smoothness. But having this on 1080 at 120 frames per second allows a better slowdown if there's some kind of like epic looking jump or whatever. And I might slow down some things in this video. So right now, 1080 wide, 120 frames per second. And the hypersmooth is just not existent for this GoPro Hero 7 for this. It's just standard stabilization. So tell me if you notice a difference. I know when I do it, I know I notice a difference. That's why sometimes I put it on hypersmooth. All right. And that's all it's needed to have fun. Now I think the servo saver is getting tired in this thing. I'm not sure if it's the servo. It could also be the servo, but with these wide, big, beefy tires on here, the gyroscopic effect way overpowers the servo. So, oh, and we'll get a skater coming too. So this might be short-lived. Yeah, you know what I'm noticing? I think I'm starting to notice that the front shocks are collapsing. So, and there it goes. It's doing its thing again. So, and there it goes. It's doing its thing again. So, see, that's not me. Yeah, see, that's doing its thing again. So it's taking off again. Yeah, it's doing its thing. Yeah, because I've changed nothing. I have a feeling that the, it could be the shocks, but I have a feeling that the springs themselves are starting to tire out. Because see what I'm saying? We're not getting that rebound that we used to get. So it could need a set of springs. Because I'm not going to say that it's the, I'm not going to say it's the spacers because I haven't changed anything out. So it could be just the fact that nothing's bent. Seems good. Ah, there it goes again. See that? It's my remote. It's the remote. It's absolutely the remote. I don't like that. Morning. All right. So I'm starting to now think, just based upon whacking that remote like that, I'm starting to think it's actually this transmitter. I think this transmitter, this SLT3, is starting to have some issues. It's the only thing that I could think of, because with the way it just acted, I kept adjusting the throttle and then it reversed itself, and then when I pounded it on the ground, it seemed to react. So that could be a little bit of an issue. And now that there's a skater here, and this guy is kind of being more aggressive on the skate park, you know, making use of the skate park like he should, I'll make sure obviously I get out of my way, because this is his place to do his stuff. So yeah. So anyway, this is RC Guy Garage, and I am experiencing some issues with my Outcast. It definitely seems like it's getting tired. It's feeling it. It's feeling the pain. So while this video was short-lived, I think what it did is it made me realize that it's actually time to finally go over this thing and make sure that this thing gets back into a butter running form. May even switch back to the original that they call backflips. These tires are great, but they definitely overwork the components in the steering. They're overworking the servo. They definitely, I want to say, probably killed the servo saver. That stuff is limited anyway. When you think about it, it's just a spring inside, so that spring is probably getting tired. So yeah, that's it. I'm out, just trying to have some fun. What are you doing today? I do need to burn this pack. I just don't want to have a runaway here. thing is definitely feeling some pain, man. Look at that front end. That is definitely feeling some pain. Oh. Keep trying to get a good shot, I just can't. Yeah, that front end is definitely dipping down now. Look at that. That front end is hammered. It's definitely feeling pain. It's not a lot of weight in it right now. The only thing I can think of right now is my shock springs. The springs themselves have basically collapsed. That's what I'm kind of thinking. So I'm gonna keep running it just to burn this pack out, but this is telling me right now it's time. It's time to take this thing apart and give it a good cleaning and see what things are doing. So, yeah. Keep running this thing until this battery's done. That's actually a pretty good shot. Let's get another shot. It's got its leg hanging. Oh, that actually looked like garbage. Can't seem to get a good shot. All right, good enough. What do we got going on here? Oh, I lost. The bolt finally broke out. So, the bolt finally broke out and I lost the pin. So, I'm gonna go ahead and search for those pieces. Should be right inside of here. I'm gonna search for those pieces. That bolt finally let go. It's the only reason why I'm stopping. Unbelievable. A little bit of looking, I was actually able to find my pieces. The only one piece that I can't seem to find is the bolt. Oh, because it's still stuck in there. Is it? Ah, the little nut is gone. But you know what's funny is I did find a screw that has nothing to do with me. But I did find the pin, and finally that piece broke, which is pretty crazy, man. So I think I'm gonna take a picture of that. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage, and that's just how it goes, man. That thing actually lasted a lot longer. That piece actually lasted a lot longer than I had even expected. So I'm out ripping it up at the skate park. What are you doing today? So this is 2.7K at 30 frames per second. So I feel like I've been able to accurately represent what this truck can do, its abilities. I feel like I've pulled that trigger, you know, full. I've ran this thing on 6S. Granted, the amount of time that I've ran it on 6S was very limited. But that also made me realize that while switching over the ESC is a positive thing, there are a bunch of negatives that go along with that. It's the added weight. If you look at how the truck is now squatting, you can see that the added weight has kind of compounded some of the issues. And I want to say it's not even some of the issues. It's just the added weight has caused the truck to not perform the way they, I think, have intended. Now, I ran this thing on 3S, and this thing actually did mint. Running this thing on 4S... Hey, what you doing, honey? Huh? Running this thing on 4S is an absolute dream. Power to weight ratio, just, I feel, is right on. It's spot on. It's right where it should be. I have overdriven the vehicle, the servo and the servo saver with a bigger tire. What it did is it kicked out the stance a little bit, so it gave it a wider track width, which is nice, but it does come at a slight cost. The slight cost, running that, and also the combination of the fact that it's an MT tire, definitely has caused some issues with the servo and or servo saver. Now, I'm not saying I didn't have those issues when it came to running with the original backflips, because that's when I started to notice that it seemed as though the servo saver was a little bit too weak. And I think that's probably a part that is something that you're going to want to change. Change out the servo saver. The next thing you're going to want to do is upgrade possibly the springs. Not necessarily the shocks, but you might want to see if you can go ahead and upgrade the springs, or just buy yourself a new set of springs. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to swap out to a totally different shock. I've been thinking about this truck. I've been thinking about this thing as a project. Again, like I said, there's a huge amount of positives with this thing and very, very little negatives. I am coming across some kind of issue in the end. I believe my issue is with my transmitter. So initially I was thinking ESC just because of the way it was functioning. And then I was thinking receiver and, you know, some kind of issue between the transmitter and the receiver. And then back to the ESC and then back to the receiver. And then this last run, by accident, I believe I discovered that the issue that I have probably been having with the semi-runaway is actually the transmitter. So when that transmitter just started doing when that transmitter started doing, you know, whatever it wanted to do on its own time, it started to give me an uneasy kind of feeling, especially when that skater showed up, because, you know, God forbid if this thing takes off at 100 miles an hour and, you know, launches into the guy, it's not going to be a good day. I don't have any intention of ever causing harm to anybody unless they bring harm to me. So anyways, those are just a couple of thoughts that I've got about this truck. What do you think? Do you think that I did a good job? Do you think that I represented the overallness of this truck, whether if it was positive or negative? Again, I'm not trying to sway what you say, but I feel that I did give a good representation of what Arrma created here with this particular unit right here. So this is all just a bunch of blab. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to do a teardown, and most likely I'm going to do the teardown right in here just to change things up a little bit, to give me a different kind of feeling, because I got to tell you, when I went camping with my wife, guys, it has been years since we had gone camping, like actual camping. We've gone away, we've stayed at cabins and stuff like that, but and I know this is, they call this glamping or something like that. It's not. This is camping. It made me realize how much I missed, and my wife missed, this trailer. This trailer is a special thing for the two of us, man. So, and I hope to be able to continue doing this. Now, keep in mind, if you want to support the channel, one way to support the channel is obviously doing one of those. If you're not subscribed, you definitely know what to do. There is a merch shop. You can go ahead and buy yourself some stickers, coasters, keychains, a couple shirts, whatever, if you want to support the channel in that way. I'm thinking that the Team Not One pack, the stickers may hang around, but the shirts won't. So there's only a limited amount of stock left of the shirts. and I don't believe I'm gonna make those again. I may move on to something else once all that merch is gone. So, and then what I say by merch is I mean the shirts. The stickers themselves, though, I think the stickers will stay because I believe the RC Guy Garage team, not one pack, is really a thing. It's that attitude. It's that if you've got that attitude, that full trigger rip kind of, you know, heavy finger, to where either, like I said, maybe you're a garbage driver. I don't know, man. Put a sticker on it. You know, every time you know, wipe out and break something, put a sticker on your truck. That's what I did with this thing. Now, one of these stickers might not be worthy. I believe this sticker is, but I don't believe that sticker is. Or the other way around. I can't remember if it's one way or the other, but it does have 2 stickers on it, but I think it should only have 1. The motor bearing pinion side of the motor bearing. Motor bearing pinion side. Pinion side motor bearing. However it's said. The other issue that I had with out of the box was just a parts revision. And once that revised part showed up, that issue completely disappeared. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage. Hopefully you're appreciating the content, or hopefully you're enjoying the content. I again had another good conversation with an individual at the skate park. And then after that, today, I had another good conversation with a female. Now I wish, and she wasn't there for the skate park, she was actually there for a meeting. But I wish that her meeting was sooner, because she had said that she wanted to check out what I was doing there. So I gave a little bit of an explanation of what I was doing there. But above all, man, right? Remember this. This right here, this is only a hobby. And I know some people get bent out of shape. You know, Ford, Dodge, Chevy, or Ford, Chevy, Dodge. That's usually how I say it, Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Because I don't have a Dodge yet. I haven't owned a Dodge. I think the only Dodge that I would probably own would be a TRX. Well, yeah, that's not true. A Charger or a Challenger, too. They're pretty good. More the Challenger side. So, yeah. Just take it easy. Don't stress out about stupidness. You know, whether if it's, you know, Traxxas versus Arrma versus, you know, whoever else is out there. Just remember that we're all in the hobby together. We all live on this planet together. We're all supposed to be helping each other. All that crap that's going on, that crap has to stop, man. It really does. Because in the end, the only person that's going to look like a fool is potentially you. Yeah. Because I ain't no fool. So anyways, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for watching the show. And if you stayed this long, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on life. Because sometimes all it takes is a little thing like this, and this could be the spice of life. Something that just enhances your day to give you or throw a smile on your face. Yeah. I'm gonna go rip it up some more. What are you doing today?